Welcome to another Let's Play video. This time we're focusing on Anno 1404 and the Venice expansion. Now before I get started, what you're looking at there is a palace from the Venice expansion. It's pure eye candy. Most of the Venice expansion appears to be pure eye candy. The original game supplied an Arab and a Western style lord with architecture for both of them, so you can build a city, either an Arab city or one of the Western style cities. The Venice expansion, everybody expected it to supply the same again, but for Venice, but it doesn't. It just supplies a trader, a few tweaks to the game and lots of eye candy, so it's not really worth paying 20 quid for. Buy it at a discount if you can. It's worth having, it's just not worth the full price. Now this game introduces lots of different things, like that thing you just said is the key to the city. You buy lots of council seats and eventually you can own a city, or you can go and build an army and go and conquer it. You've got a choice there. Now the cities in this game, as you see there, are quite big and complicated, and they all run from supply which are brought to the island by boats, like you can see there. And the goods needed to promote the citizens up to the next level tend to get more and more complicated as you go along. Initially they're dead simple and you can usually build it or find it on your own island, but as you go up the scale you eventually need goods from other islands, and that involves trade. And here's another island here. This is one of my says Arab islands where they supply spices and stuff, which helps me maintain a large complicated civilization up the top on my island. When a city gets big, fires and plagues start breaking out, of course, and that causes all kinds of damage to the city. So you have buildings to protect it, keep it in good order, and you also have castles, walls, towers to defend things against attack as well. That guy there is making threats because he wanted to move into my city, and I said no. So now he's turned up with his mates with a small army, and he's threatening to have a go at one of my islands and raid it and everything else. So I'm just going to buy him off. If I was a military type, I'd just send an army there and deal with him that way. But I'm a trader type in this game, so I'm going to spend money to get rid of him. Now citizens get upset by letting beggars in, and they'll pay you to keep them out. But other AIs like to see you helping the poor, and they reward you, so whichever way you go you're going to get a reward and upset somebody. Now the islands on this work like England basically. You can see me here, I'm getting resources from these islands here and sending them back to my port. This is actually one of the Lord's islands where I can trade with. These are always accept goods, they never change, whereas when you're actually dealing with the other AIs, the ones that are like you, like players, they not only want to conquer you and trade with you, but their needs change just as yours do, so their goods change. But these lords don't try and conquer you, they're just there. Here's the Arab one, they're just there to trade with, and they send boats to you. You can actually do quests for them, earn honour, spend honour upgrading their ability to trade with you. So the more honour you spend in upgrading their stuff, the more stuff you can buy from them and the more things they can buy from you. So the game gets bigger. This is the Venice one. This is what people expected to see, be able to build themselves in the Venice expansion. But unfortunately, you only get this lord and that city. That's it. You can't do anything yourself. I mean, wouldn't it be good if you could build that? So it's just a shame you can't. But anyway, you can see the goods they offer. You unlock them by spending your honour points, which again makes the city bigger. And as you go up the level and unlock more and more stuff, you're able to attract higher ranking citizens and build cathedrals and stuff like that, and your city gets bigger and more grander. But if you fail to supply the goods, then these buildings start downgrading back to being a peasant again, and the people move out. It's a Caesar style game basically. What you're looking at here is the AIs in the game, the ones playing in this game. 3 of them are the lords I talked about that are there to trade with, and 3 of them are competing with me. And here's the achievements and other things. As you can see, there's quite a few. I tend to play skirmish, so I don't bother with the campaign, and I don't really bother with the achievements either. To me, these games are basically sandbox games. The campaigns are pointless to me.
The donation.
But like I said, this is by Blue Bite, the people who made Settlers, who've got a good reputation for this sort of thing and plenty of practice. And they made it so simple to use that it's really, really good. Like, here's the trade route. If you look at this, at the lines joining the settlements up, that's where my ships are travelling to and from. I just create a trade route, tell the goods I want to buy at one point, what I want to sell at the other point, or vice versa, and away they go. I assign a ship to it and it goes back and forth constantly. Automating the trade. So I can automate the trade that my cities need, you see. I can even send all the goods to one central point and then sell them from that point. You can actually set your warehouses, for instance, to sell goods, your excess goods, and even name how much you want to reserve in stock for your city. So the AI comes to you to buy goods, and you earn reputation points for that as well. Now if you look here, and I selected that building, other buildings around it go green. That is because them buildings are served by that building. Anything that goes green when you select a building needs the building you selected. That's the way it works. Now, normally you'd get a rather complicated list of stats from most of these city games, which causes the CPU to start grinding. But Anno 1404 deals with it in a very simple way. What you see is what you get. Click on an item. Whatever displays green is what that item uses or needs. That's simple. Pardon me. And now all this stuff here is the supply from our city. It's hemp for rope and other stuff, and cider for cider, or apples for cider. You've got various industries in the city for processing the raw material, because you can get iron for make swords and tools. Well, tools are a big part of this game. You need to produce tools to make almost everything, so you need iron and coal. Initially you only get it from charcoal, so you've got to wait to upgrade the things. Here you can see one of the citizens is in the green, so he's happy, but you can see one of the items flashing red. That's what he needs, and you can see the green buildings are the buildings that are serving that house right now. If I click on something else, you see it changes, but you can always see what they need just by clicking on the house. Now you see there, you see it's nice and easy, and it's a very simple system. It also keeps the pace of the game going forward. And these are your dockyard with the docks and the goods and everything else lying around, where the people drop the goods off, which your city needs, or buy the goods if you're selling them. You can build your ships from here. You can build warships from there as well. I've just got offered a quest here. Four castaways need picking up, so I'm going to accept that quest, and I'm going to go show you a typical quest in this game. Right, and here's my boat. I've got it assigned to a key. You might remember the old Control 1 Alt 1 thing from the TA days that has got adopted everywhere. I think Command & Conquer started that one actually. Well, it works in this game as well, so you can assign the boat to a key and just press it and jump straight to it, which is handy when you see how many boats you do have, you know, because they're all docking, as you can see, you know. Anyway, I'm sending my boat off to pick up that castaway, so while it's heading that way, let's continue looking at the city. As you can see, the goods and the stuff you can build is quite extensive. Every one of those figures I'm clicking on represents the next level of citizenry. And so you get to the end when you get to the Arabs, the last two are the Arabs. There's lots and lots of stuff to use here, and to make these wonderful cities, lots of beautification stuff as well, but most of it is functional. What isn't functional though is the little menu so you're running on the city. They're pure eye candy, they don't do anything. Unlike Tropico, where they all had a meaning and all did a job, in this they just walk around aimlessly. There's nothing whatsoever to do with the game, it's just there to add immersion to it. The buildings are what counts, they're the things you've got to watch for. Anyway, these are enemy ships. Now normally you get like pirates and stuff running around, and you need to send convoys with your ships, you know, to protect them, because they'd be attacked by these pirates, and you could pay off the pirates to keep them off your back for a set amount of period as well. But in this game I chose not to have them, so what they're doing there I don't know, but they're not moving, so it's probably a glitch. Here's a storm passing over an island, one of the random events that you see from time to time.
A good deal.
As you can see, trades are happening all the time. Here we go. Picking somebody up. Now I'll edit this a bit so we don't have to charge all over the map. Here you've got just the fishing people. But there's my boat again, about to go to the next one. I'll show you this now. Look on the map. It's click on the map, see where the things were red just briefly in the top corner. Now here we go. Pick up the next guy. Select the quest offerer's face. The thing will appear on the map. Click on the map. Back to the pickup. Click on the guy's face again. It flashes where you need to go. Click on the flashing thing on the map. Go back. Job done. It's dead simple. You always select the quest offerer's face to see where you want to go or what information you need. He's giving me a lot of cannon, which I don't need, so I'm going to sell them off. And the other woman that likes to see me helping other people is also impressed, so my reputation with her has gone up as well. And back to the one of the lords trading things from the reward, as you can see. Anyhow, that castle, well, that area there never gets any bigger than that. It's there to trade with and offer quests, and there's 3 of them in Venice. In the default game there's only 2 of them. Here's one of the random events you see in the game as well. This is the volcano one. But this is a business opportunity, believe it or not. It might destroy a few farms here, so obviously you wouldn't want to build your city around one of them things, but you can still build on the islands, you know, goods you need, you know, farms and stuff. When it explodes, all these hot rocks go and they destroy the farms. But if you look around the base of the volcano, you can see little arrows. They're resources you can mine and make money from. They also are quests attached to them which you complete by mining the resources. So that's a business opportunity and a way of gaining honour and everything else. So it's not something to be afraid of or worried about. It's part of the game, and you should see it as, oh my, get your settlers or whatever and just go charging out there to grab it as fast as you can. Anyhow, as you can see, the farms and that lot play a major part of this game, because your city needs the resources to produce, and that needs lots of room. So you'll end up with lots of islands producing goods for your one city. Sometimes it's worth having a city of peasants just to get the basics flowing in. You can have whole islands full of peasant settlements just to make up the numbers and have your main city, like here I've got. Now these are all upgrading mostly, so there isn't many peasants in there. They're all middle to the upper class, and that's about it. But as you can see, selecting the buildings reveals the green buildings that need it. Dead simple. That I love that about this game. If you actually select something that has an area effect like that, all the buildings in the area need it. I think that one's a maintenance building actually. It stops them from burning down. That's the marketplace just then. I think we'll select I can't remember what that is. I think that's a warehouse. It serves goods. But anyhow, you can see, usually these are filled with stats, so it's a confuse you, but they've done such a good job of keeping it simple that anybody could understand this game, which is why it's one of the best city games you can buy. Anyway, that's how we got time for. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Anno 1404 Venice, and I'll see you in the next one.